Since an alarmingly large amount of people believe that anyone coming online about their conditions to just get it off their chests or to educate are fakers and glorifying it, here's some things that are unglamorizable. First, this is not a diss on disabled or disordered creators who don't share this sort of thing and always, if not usually, have neat and tidier clean backgrounds. It feels like an unspoken rule of the internet is to not show non-socially acceptable things like mental or physical distress or inability and the subsequent messes, or else invite harassment. So here's the list. 1. Laundry is just forever. I have what I use relatively consistently every week and really only have the energy for that one load. So if more pops up, it'll just have to wait till I'm able. Simple as that. 2. So many medications. Wholly too many medications. But that's chronically a life. It just is, especially constantly changing medications to see what will finally work. 3. Everything always looks dirty. The thing is, we could spend a day cleaning like a madman and give ourselves a flair like never before, but something will not be seen to. Whether it be the counters, or floor, or stove, or a toilet, something will be left out. And with poor coordination and our animals and our children and our following slump, it won't stay pretty and acceptable for more than a day. Especially because we need to use the space we live in. Of course, there are going to be people who go to extremes to keep their living space looking model home clean, but those are outliers here. Fact is, care of the living takes priority over whether or not our house could be featured on TV. 4. Sometimes there's going to be weird smells, because we can't always clean up non-urgent spills right away, or keep to strict routines of cleaning the oven or stove or things like litter boxes. 1 or 2 days late is inevitable sometimes. 5. We may seem uninterested or uncaring about cleaning when brought up or urged. And we likely aren't, we just lack the energy to do it and or the energy to care right then. 6. We can't shower every day or the morning of an event. There's lots of reasons someone may struggle taking a shower or bath despite having every want to take one. We know it's gross and we'd prefer to be like you and able to keep to rigorous hygiene routines, but that's just not practical. So, speaking generally, doing so the day before and using deodorant is going to have to do. 7. Someone might smell. Whether from the above or muscle issues that cause incontinence, or a need for excrement bags or menstruation, someone might smell. I promise you that they're far, far more conscientious of it than you are and care more. If you notice it and have to stick your nose in other people's business, please, please try to be polite and kind about it. Take them aside or whisper, "I'm not sure what's going on, but I think you have a slight smell, so maybe at the next chance duck into the bathroom to freshen yourself up." There is no need for public ridicule or embarrassment, and you're not owed an explanation of what's wrong with them. 8. We're weird and always angry. A lot of disordered people have a set face of anger, sometimes confusion, and I'm sure there's others. But just because someone may look angry doesn't mean they actually are. Remember, there's at least one entire spectrum that means people have trouble doing the whole facial expression thing. Never mind people who are mentally elsewhere and may be making facial expressions according to that, or just don't have the energy to emote for the people around them. If you're concerned, I always think the best thing to do is have a direct line of communication. If you're, for example, at a party and this person has been standing to the side and looking on with a glare, maybe approach them and say something like, "Hey, I noticed you look kind of angry. Are you actually, or do you sometimes struggle with facial expression?" A lot of autistics and chronically ill people may be having a blast, but it just gets lost in translation to their face. People who have social anxiety or are awkward tend to hang to the sides also. 9. In my experience, it seems that people like us struggle either with being able to lose weight or hold off on eating, or struggle to maintain or gain weight. A person's size or weight does not equate to their value, and it's very disturbing that people continue to hold that arbitrary belief. A lot of medical issues can be to blame for either gaining weight too easily or having a constant case of the munchies, or not having an appetite or ability to maintain weight. That's all I can think of. Please be mindful that there is so much more happening to and within a person than what meets the eye. If you see someone that struggles with this sort of thing, whether offline or online, it's not a valid excuse to see them as less than human, nor does it de facto mean that they're lazy. Being kind and treating others with basic human decency and respect is best policy, and in my experience can really make someone open up. If you don't make a friend, at least you'll know that you probably made someone's day by not being rude to them about something they find very, very difficult to control. Thank you for your time. Please consider these things. If you are a disabled, disordered person, none of this makes you any less valuable as a human being. You deserve love, respect, and consideration. I hope you have a less painful, more energetic day.